Then we boss. Then we smoke. Busy, 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 I'm so busy. Busy, 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 busy. Hard folk sound of the drink. So we busy, 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 I'm so busy. Fireworks, man. I'm very busy, short the police, could they check me later, to the grey hair, walking like this like this, like a
Yes, my people. Once again, Rockstar 860 TV. I'm a there, you know what I mean? From last week, Thursday, we I see some movements of the music and of certain peoples. We say Buju Banton get back in entry into the United States after 6 years, 5 years of being deported to Jamaica for a drug conviction he received in the year 2000 and I believe 10 or 11 around there, but it's for a case that started in 2009. He received a 10-year prison sentence. He did time on that 7 or 8 years. He was deported back to Jamaica in 2019, and now we see him regaining his work visa or re-entry into the United States. We're going to talk about it. Then on Friday, we saw the great Sizzler Kalandra Miguel Collins re-enter the United States. Or we saw him in the Virgin Islands the night before. Then we saw him in Miami Airport on Friday. I'm not gonna say him just get back him visa reinstated, because it was already reinstated from early in the year. I believe around the end of January or February. You know what I mean? So it's a while now, even having his documents, but he's been just doing his Sizzler thing, Judgment Yard, building up Judgment Yard and doing his shows here, there. He just came from a Japan tour, I think, at the end of last year, if not earlier this year. You know what I mean? So big up Sizzler. And then everybody been making all these comparisons to Busy now. Busy went through his legal issues 10 years ago. I mean, close to 13 years ago, 2011. Now it's 2024, so it's been a while. So everybody want to make comparisons to Busy, Buju, and Sizzler on the reasons why they got back there on re-entry into the United States. But each of them had a different issue. Busy was a drug case turned to a failure to appear in court. Buju was a drug case, all straight out drug case. And we know Sizzler, his is just they want to take away his visa. We don't hear Sizzler having no legal issues of any sort or nothing like that. So I don't think nothing legal in Sizzler's case, why he's always getting his documents taken away. So Miguel, see, he's an upstanding citizen, musician. So why do they keep taking away his work permits and visa? Is it a hatred towards him? He sings music. He might talks about a certain lifestyle that he doesn't agree with, but he never says harm those people. He never says harm nobody. He just talks about the lifestyle that he feels is against his views and his beliefs in life, being a Rastafarian. Know what I mean? So let's do some. So before me start though, I don't love here when me I talk about my weed when me I roll up. Well, you don't know me love my sour diesel. So I look at sour diesel with some black cherry gelato. Nice little strain. Know what I mean? Some grabber in it. But the grabber can't be no ammonia grabber still. You can't really make people give a grabber. You have to make grabber. So you can buy some fresh tobacco, dry it out, and make grabber. Yeah. They ain't done no Bob Marley rollings. Reason me use Bob Marley, ash up me shirt them when they spliff a ash. The ash just, you know what I mean? It's ash free. So you don't know Bob Marley Rollins, at Grabber, and Sour Diesel mix up. Yeah man, and that is it. For all those who like to smoke the big spliff. Yeah. But let's get into it. So, as we know, Busy Signal was um incarcerated on September 21st, 2012. Now I mean, he was fined 30,000 US dollars and sentenced to 6 months in prison by Minnesota State District Court Judge Donovan W. Frank for a scamming bail, a charge he gained because of a charge he attained in 2002 for they said he was trying to sell drugs, but he said he wasn't selling no drugs. He said he went to Minnesota because he was living in Connecticut at the time. So he traveled out of town for go play out of state somewhere else. I mean, him and the person who he must have linked up with. Yes, so I'm get a date now. I'm going out of town for the date now. So, like after the date now, I'm there at hotel. Probably like the next day, you know what I mean? I don't know what day of the week it is, but I'm there at hotel, whatever. Him gone out, him decide say man go out, go look for the town, cause remember say he come from Connecticut, him there Minnesota. It's like a 15-hour drive from Connecticut. Couple hours plane ride. So he's a sightseer. So he go sightsee now. In forward back at hotel now. When in forward back at hotel, beer police and federal agents and whatever. You know what I mean? Them say drug dealing's going on, whatever. He don't know nothing about that. Them arrest him, whatever. He was granted bail after a couple weeks. He was granted bail, whatever. He went back home to Connecticut. Him saga start. You know what I mean? As we listened to an interview he did recently or a few years ago, his mother talked about it. She had just been in the United States for 4 years. She don't know nothing about the law, really. He don't know nothing about the law. He's young at the time, 23 years old. Know what I mean? So, them get a lawyer up online. She don't know if it's a good lawyer. She don't know any better. She's been in the country 4 years. So then get lawyer up online. Lawyer tell them this. Lawyer tell them that. Them a follow the words of the lawyer. Because what it is, it's a lawyer. You know what I mean? So, them go on and them go on now. Till we reach the point where it come down to where he must make a decision. The lawyer did already tell him, say, oh, them not have nothing upon you. We're going to go to trial, whatever. So in business mind, he's ready to go to trial. He didn't do anything wrong. He's just playing music. He goes out of the hotel room to sightsee. He comes back. He gets a phone call. Where the money at? What money? He don't know nothing about no money. They arrest him. All right. So, no. When it comes down to now, the lawyer telling them what they're going to do. And like he said in the interview, he went there to Minnesota the night before the court hearing. They're talking to the lawyer. The lawyer is passing him a paper now. Say, plea out. Plea out to 5 to 7 years. Busy is shocked because all these months before, the lawyers tell him so they're going to trial. They're going to fight for his freedom. But no, the lawyer wants to turn around and have him sign away 5 to 7 years of his life. What would you do? So Busy sit down there. The lawyer give him a couple hours for decide what he's gonna do. His mother is in another room. He's there, 23 years old, young, don't know what's going on really, because nobody really understands when you're fighting the feds. Nobody really and truly don't understand. So now, what is he supposed to do? Busy takes up and cut. You know what I mean? Busy saying, nah, go to jail again. Before me even sing that song there. Him never go back in a jail where them did that hold him early in the year before him to get bail to reach that point that when him decide say him go cut. So Busy cut. You know what I mean? But the cut, it was the start of the nightmare. You know what I mean? So after him cut now, feds depend on him mother, feds depend on him family. They want to know where this guy is. We want him. He's supposed to be in court. Where is he? So they're looking for him. You know what I mean? What would you do? The mother love for her son. A Christian woman at that. Who don't get into no trouble at that. Who's only been in the United States 4 years. No, because this is 2002 we're talking about. This is not 2024 when things is a little more easier in the United States as we're seeing. Now, I mean, this is 2002, George Bush era, if you know about George Bush era. Yeah. And we're not talking about the first George Bush where we run with Ronald Reagan. We are talking about baby George Bush who fight with the Taliban and them youth there. That George Bush there. And during fiend time it is rough. You know what I mean? So at that busy face during those times there, 2002, when him decide to cut, you know what I mean? So the busy cut now, we see busy come a star. You know what I mean? From a fugitive, where or we should say, whilst a fugitive, he become a star, a dancehall star, in the alliance, Bounty Killer led alliance, Vibes Cartel, Mavado, Elephant Man, you know what I mean? Wayne Marshall, the likes of those, the caliber of artists he was around, you know what I mean? And he made a name for himself. Busy Signal. But while he was making a name for himself as Busy Signal, his mother and his family was going through it. Because the feds are following them every day, every night. Them have sleepless days, them have sleepless nights. You know what I mean? Because the feds don't play. Because them want Busy at the time for, you know what I mean? Finish out in court case we end up on the run for. But remember, say, in America with the feds, a 7 years statute of limitation for a drug case. 7 years. Murder don't have no statute of limitation. They will run it down for your life for a murder charge. But drugs, after 7 years, if them hold you 8, 9, 10 years later, you go court. As long as you wasn't getting into any trouble, they will throw that case out. You know what I mean? So just keep that in mind. So Busy do all this now. Busy is traveling. Busy is making money. But inside Busy mind, Busy is a fugitive. In life and in his mind. He can't tell nobody his deep dark secrets of who he really is. You know what I mean? He's living a lie at this time. A persona. Busy Signal. But deep down, he's living a rough life. Whoever been on the run know what he is going through. I've never been on the run, so I can't tell you. Know what I mean? But anyway, in a 2012 or 11 now, him there they do him show them in reach one part over England, Europe side. He might try reach and yada Jamaica now. Everything come crumbling down. They held on to him. Know what I mean? And that's where he reached court. That's where he was sentenced to the year or 5 months. He did. Paid his fine. Know what I mean? The judge in that case went above and beyond to help Busy in that case. He looked at Busy being more than just a fugitive. He looked at what Busy became as a person, as a man, over the 10 years that he is running. He noticed who he was as a man, as an artist, you know what I mean, as a responsible person, not the 23-year-old that was arrested the 10 years before or prior, but he's looking at him as a 33-year-old man at that time, because this is 2012 we're talking about, you know what I mean, when he sentenced him Busy to the year or 5 months to be served for the Ascambin bail. And to the long and short of that charge, all it meant is that he failed to appear while his case was still pending. Know what I mean? His case wasn't finished or anything. He wasn't sentenced to anything. He just didn't continue while the continuing was supposed to continue. That is it. He ran. They didn't catch him. When they finally caught him, he went. He did what he was supposed to do. Know what I mean? The judge sentenced him. The judge fined him to $30,000, sentenced him to 6 months in prison, federal prison. You know what I mean? He was arrested on the first charge was cocaine, 1 to 5 kilograms. You know what I mean? So Busy went to it. You know what I mean? Yeah, so Busy went to it. You know what I mean? He was arrested for major amounts of cocaine. It wasn't no baby charge. It was 1 to 5 kilograms. You know what I mean? He was, like I said, he was fined 30,000 US. Know what I mean? Sentenced to 6 months. Know what I mean? Under the Minnesota sentencing guidelines, he could have received 12 to 18 months. But because of the good work of Biz's lawyer, William Mosey at the time, the judge really looked into Busy case differently. Know what I mean? They made DVDs of Busy doing his shows. They had people talking for Busy. Busy pastor, Busy grandmother, Busy teachers, all the way down to primary school. Marcia Griffiths. When an ear when me say these people who get in trouble of high profile names, they always have important people who is talking for them. I don't know, rig my role. I don't like a get a ching pang attack for them. Or people with stature who other people admire and look up to. Just as in the Buju case with the actors and the NBA players talking for Buju at his trial. So did people talk for Busy at his trial. And when you have people talking for you in front of the federal justice court system, that's a big plus. That means people care about you. It's not like say you just go in front of the judge and you one and nobody else. And just you one as a menace to society and turn up in front of the judge and the force of America behind him against you. No, Busy had people talking for him. So when they try to compare him to Buju, Busy is far, far more credible than Buju. He did it. While on the run, he did positive. Him never did on the run and do more negative. He might try better himself, even though he was on that long, dark road by himself. And he overcame it. He overcame it. Know what I mean? Like we said, he was sentenced. He was he did 5 months. He went back home. He was out the country for a couple years. He had a great lawyer, immigration lawyer. After all of this ordeal, he went, he did what he was supposed to do, and then we see him forward back to America where he's making a living now. I think he's living in America now, if not back and forth from here to Jamaica. But his family is here. He is here. He can go when he wants to. He can come when he wants to. It's no looking behind your shoulder like he did for 10 years. It's no, oh, I'm at Canada and America is right there. Me nah go there so. If him there Canada now, him can say, yeah man, me a forward to America tomorrow. If him there Belize tonight, him can say, yeah man, tomorrow me see you at California or something. I don't know more of this. No man, I have to stay away from that. That's what he did for 10 years. Now I mean he ran. He ran for 10 years. He bettered himself in that 10 years. Now I mean big up to Busy, big up to what he overcame. And then we are look on Buju now. And then Sizzler after. Yeah. Yeah man, we light up that split here. I mean talk about Buju a little bit. I mean Buju is Buju, like we said already. Him got through him trial and got through him case. His case was a drug case. Him play like him was a big man. Them arrest him. Know what I mean? Him got trial. He lost 2 trial. He was convicted to 10 years. He did about 7 years. He was deported back to Jamaica in 2019. He stayed there for whatever. He did his travels around other places. But he followed the guidelines what America said to him. As we see, sir, in a deportation, you are allowed 5, 10, up to 20 years to reapply or reapply for a visa or re-entry into the United States. You know what I mean? So he did that time frame. He did all of that. Or you can be permanently banned, which he wasn't. His case is a drug case, like I said before. I mean, so we ask about the situation. Everybody just wonder how he get back in things so fast. If I him son, I never him son the reason why his son was buried in Jamaica. To my understanding, he was granted this visa early in the year, just like Sizzler was, but I guess he been sitting down on it. You know what I mean? Or he probably traveled before, nobody never know. Who knows? But we see it big and highlight now with him and Khaled. What's the beneficial to Buju? Buju doing music, Buju making Buju money, everything for Buju. Buju's a selfish person, so this gonna work good for Buju. Know what I mean? Yeah, and finally we reach Dada now. We see Dada forward back again. Remember, I said they got give Dada him thing them in a 2016 or 2017 around those times, and he traveled for like a year or two, and then was never to hear from again prior to COVID. And this is the first time we're seeing Dada able to forward back to America since COVID in 2020, 2021. Give thanks to Dada, big up Dada, good luck. I mean, Dada, we never hear about him in no type of illegal activity. One time he had a gun ordeal back probably like in 2000, 1999. Know what I mean? That was cleared up. I will never hear again Dada to be in any sort of criminal or illegal activity again. Know what I mean? So every time they're stopping him, it's just for his viewpoints or his belief as a Rastafarian, as a man, his morals, that a certain lifestyle should be not lived. Know what I mean? Not meaning that the people them for dead. Just the lifestyle is not clean and it's not a righteous lifestyle. That the man mean. You know what I mean? He's not advocating to harm anyone. I've never heard him advocate to harm anyone. His music is about love. No matter what them say. You know what I mean? His music is about positivity, black rebellion, revolution, black organization. He's all about black, being itself, Africa. You know what I mean? Selassie, Jah, Rastafari. Them live it today. You know what I mean? So why are you fighting this man who's not even doing anything? Most of the time we see him in Judgment Yard, building up Judgment Yard, building up something for himself, for his family, his children, his legacy, his dynasty. You know what I mean? That's what we see him doing. We don't see him in no criminal activity. We don't we didn't put him in nothing to do with cocaine or drugs like the other two artists I mentioned before. Nothing. His fight is unable to travel because of we don't know why. You know what I mean? So big up Dada, big up Sizzla, One Judgment Yard. Banging!